All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode 5 of our Jusant playthrough. We are heading into chapter 5, and coming off the heels of what we experienced in chapter 4, it seems like we may have not encountered the biggest challenges that exist within this game even are. I thought episode 3 was the toughest so far. Episode 4 ended up being kind of a nice little, kind of moment of it presented some challenges, but it was more or less relaxing, and I think we continue to learn a lot more about the world. I loved the mechanic that we were introduced to in episode 4, with the little fireflies or whatever that would help us get to new heights. That was fun, and combining that with the mechanic from episode 3, chapter 3 was really interesting. So I'm excited to see what the wind element presents, what challenges are presented through this, and how the story changes because of it. I feel like we're getting closer to the top. I'm still holding out hope that there is a kind of snow-capped mountain at the top of this whole thing, but we'll see. We've come a long way so far, and I feel like we're just getting started. So we're going to jump into this episode. Before we do, if you do enjoy the content, you want to support the channel, dropping a like is a great free way to help do that. And I really appreciate it. Helps the video get seen by more people. Comment down below what you thought of Jusant so far. And of course, if you enjoy cozy commentary for your viewing pleasure, subscribing to the channel is always welcome. Without further ado, guys, go ahead and sit back, relax, grab some snacks, and let's do this. When you come out of the main menu, you press continue. It's like the coolest thing. The game kind of just drops you into your current state of being. Exactly where you left off in the game, it picks right back up from that moment. It's pretty cool. I love how this moment becomes the new, starting screen or whatever. It's pretty interesting. I love it. It's just subtle details like that. But anyway, guys, here we are. We are in the, we're in the thick of it. I feel like everything's good. Hopefully everything's okay. Hopefully the volume is good for you guys. Obviously the wind is blaring in this episode. And I feel like there's going to be some really interesting challenges. Depending on the direction of the wind, the distance of your jumps may be increased or decreased. Oh. So obviously the wind is shooting up, which similarly to the fire sprites may actually help us in this situation. But holy moly, we're gonna have to use our good old pittance. I hope I'm saying that right too. Like, look at that. We were able to skip that whole section right there. Holy moly. And now it looks like the wind, as you can see, the wind direction is kind of changing as we move along. So I'm curious and kind of nervous about this episode. Now it looks like it's shooting down. So I wonder if this is like, we're going to have to implement some strategy here in terms of when we decide to, like, as you can see, the wind is changing. So it may seem like certain moments we may actually we may benefit from waiting, a little bit, until the wind is shooting in the direction that we, kind of need it to go in. Like this one. Oh, dude, that's kind of sick. That is kind of sick. Wow, look how far we still have to go. Like, this whole mountain is insane. All right, it seems like that's the way. All right, dude, I'm actually nervous. Usually I have not been nervous, I would say for much of this playthrough. And I don't know, something about like the unpredictable elements of wind, and being, Lord knows how high above the ground. I would say at least 1,000 feet. I don't know, something crazy like that. I think that just adds a level of pressure here that we really weren't faced with in the last episodes. We were just kind of climbing, and I don't know, there were some challenging moments, but there's an unpredictability to this episode that I think kind of has me a little worrisome. All right, here we go. No, no, rip. All right, we got this. We got this. I was trying to grab onto this rock and somehow leapt into the next chapter. I don't know. I'm kidding. Yeah, it was weird there because I was trying to grab onto it, but he wouldn't grab. All right. One thing I will say is if we've managed to find our way through, you know, the scorching desert region, bottomless caverns, and so much more. I feel like if we can do all that, we can definitely get through this. Alrighty. All right, the question is, which way should we go? I feel like, are we going across? I feel like we grabbed onto this one. So it almost feels like we should go up. Or at least, yeah. I think we need to wait for the wind. I don't know if the wind would carry us that far, though. It's also hard to tell from here which way the wind is kind of pushing. Yeah, no. Now I'm like wondering, are we supposed to? Oh, it looks like we go back over there. All right, I'm gonna see if maybe we can swing across. Oh, what the heck is that? Have we already done that area? I feel like that's where we came from, right? That's kind of how we got here. Or am I crazy? Yeah, now I'm not sure. It feels like we've already done that. No. Rip, dude. All right, we go again. We go again. Something about this area tells me that we're going to have a lot of mistakes and errors and, you know. Okay, now I feel like we are going the right way. I'm kind of turned around. I thought this was I kind of originally got the impression this was a new area. Oh no, I messed that up. Okay, there we go. All right, we fail a few times, but you know what? We always find a way. We always find a way. We get it the third time. At this point, we're master climbers. Oh, that wind is getting heavy. That wind is getting heavy. Oh, wow. It seems like it's like draining our stamina too, which I guess would make sense, right? Just holding on to, you know, just kind of holding on while the wind is pushing you at like, you know, sub 30 miles an hour. It's got to take a lot out of you. All right, let's see what else is here before we continue on. I'm not gonna lie though, you know, even though this area is, you know, it's at the top of the mountain, this is not a bad place to live. You know, I would say, all things considered, this might actually be a really, you know, really cute Airbnb or something. You know, I don't know if you'd want to live here full time, but, you know, for the interim, this is not bad. I keep hearing this, like, what sounds like some giant beast. May rain fall on you and your loved ones. You have my full support. Dude, I've said this before in just about every episode we've done for this game, you know, in this series, but I'm excited to play this again, probably in my own time, you know, just to get a sense of, or really get a greater sense of the story and the characters through a lot of the letters and dialogue that's delivered. Oh no, I made that mistake. That was bad. That was really bad. Oh, and it doesn't seem to let me let go of that one. All right, it is what it is. Mistakes were made. Holy moly, imagine the wind gust that's coming through there and hitting you. That's gotta be... That's gotta be brutal. For some reason, I can't seem to grab onto this one. You know, it's only right there. Yeah, we may actually be running out of stamina soon. Just doing our jumps, I don't even know if we have enough to get to this point. Wow, so it really is draining us. Restore your stamina more than 50 times while climbing. Yeah, we've been doing that a lot. Oh, thank goodness this one kind of carries us. We barely made it to this one. Barely. We got it done though. All right, here we go. Oh, a little secret passageway. Interesting. Interesting. And it looks like we stumbled upon someone else's home. Water creatures. Oh, maybe we'll get to see one. That'd be kind of cool. All right, it doesn't seem like there's anything left here outside of, you know, kind of what we saw. You know, the letter and... But again, this is just, I don't know, like, I would be so down to do like a climbing expedition that leads to a beautiful, like, cavernous Airbnb like this. One that's obviously far enough away from the edge. Like, I don't know if I'd be comfortable putting my sleeping bag here. I mean, I guess, you know, if it's bolted down, perhaps, but I don't know. I don't know about you guys. If it's me, I'm still putting my stuff all the way back here. We can watch this thing from a distance. You know what I'm saying? Like, this seems comfortable because you probably can't get hit with the wind and all that from here like you could from up there. Like, I feel like this would make all the difference, just being far enough back, you know. I don't know. You probably still get hit with some wind, but it's okay. Holy moly, guys. I mean, there's just so much dialogue. So much dialogue. And I hope you guys don't judge me for, you know, kind of skimming through a lot of those. You know, I try to create an opportunity for you guys to pause it if you want, but... Oh, look at that. One ability I haven't utilized that much in this game was obviously our little blue friend's ability to kind of scan what we need. Obviously that's the main objective, and then we've got some side stuff that we could do. And I may, you know, in the last episode or two, I may have missed a few things because I completely forgot that was an ability that we had, but you know, hindsight. I'm glad we didn't just move on though, because we would have missed out on that little mural down there. I had a feeling there had to have been, like, you know, something else secretive in this area. But it is time for us to move on. Look at that wind. Absolutely carrying. And you can kind of see which direction it's going from here. Looks like it's going up now. There we go. A little leap of faith there. Dude, I will say, I mean, the music does such a great job in this game of just adding the necessary tension to moments like this. Like, this feels like a tense moment, but one that's going to be filled with so much triumph once we actually make it to the top. And just something about this feels like, it gives me the feeling that we are getting close to the end of the game. I don't know how much we have left, but it definitely feels like the summit, you know, feels closer than ever. All right, time to make that final push. What's interesting is it would seem like even being behind cover doesn't protect us when that wind gust really pushes in. Like, it's just kind of like we're just stuck. And I'm going to be using some of my pittons as we get closer, because if we fall, I would like to minimize the emotional damage. Dude, I wish we could turn around right now and, like, look out at the peak. I feel like I'd be too nervous. And honestly, I feel like this chapter is probably the greatest depiction of the dangers of climbing. You know, just as you get up this high, like, there's nothing protecting you from the wind and the elements and the cold. It's probably freezing up here. Holy moly, dude, we are getting absolutely... It's like I wouldn't even trust being out this, you know, in the elements like this. Oh, what the heck? Oh, is this it? Okay, let's see. Wow, guys. That's actually pretty awesome. It feels like up to this point, it's taken us so long to get to, you know, these kind of altars or pillars, whatever you want to call them. I would say us getting to this one in 20 minutes. It's not bad. Not bad. There it is. One more. Wow. So now my guess is that we're trying to get this little guy to his family. Maybe that's what this journey was. Wait, no way. We're really jumping on? Holy moly, guys. This is actually epic. It makes me wonder, is this how we're going to reach the peak of the mountain? Holy moly, dude. This is so tough. Look at this giant thing. It's like a whale that's got a whole city on its back. Oh man, nothing's protecting us from the elements here. Here we go, guys. We're doing this thing. Dude, it's insane how massive this whole mountain is. I'm glad we caught a ride, because this would have taken us forever to get to the top. It doesn't even seem like we were halfway. Oh wow, is it getting frozen? It's like, what's gonna happen to us? Wow, and this is what was waiting at the top. Holy moly. I don't know how we're alive right now. That in itself is a miracle. I wonder if this is where our journey meets its beautiful end. And here we are, chapter 6, Syzygy. I have no idea what that means, but it sounds intense. It sounds climactic. Wow, look how, like, from the little cutscene, it didn't seem like, I don't know, it seemed like this was a big area, but just being here on foot, like, the absolute scale of this area is massive. Wow, holy moly. Can we go around? I would assume we just have to keep dropping down. I mean, we're getting whatever this monolith is. That's where we're trying to get to. And this whole time, I wasn't exactly sure what our main objective was. I just assumed we were trying to get to the top. I think back in episode 1, there was a thought that I had that, you know, we were trying to get this little guy to his family, and they lived at the peak. Crazy enough, that actually ends up being the whole point of this thing. Or at least that's, you know, that remains to be my guess. Again, if this is the end of the game, guys, if this is the end of our journey, I just want to thank you guys so much. You know, one of my big goals this year is to play more games, to experience more games, experience more stories, share more experiences with you guys. And so, you know, it's one thing that I felt like I didn't do enough of in 2024. And so if this is where we finish our journey, not even a week into January at the time of recording this video, and we've already found our way to the end of our first game, I'd say we're well on our way to a very productive 2025. Wow, look at this thing. Are we actually climbing this? There's no way, right? Holy moly, it looks like we are climbing this. Oh no. Warm up the ballast in chapter 6. Oh, he's like cold. All right, it does feel like we're climbing, but we can't, maybe we're not, because we can't put our little guy in a bag. Like, we have to hold him, so I'm curious what we're supposed to do. It looks like there's a number of them that didn't make it. Look at that. Look at this. The snow that's covering all of them. None of them made it. Or I guess they made it, but... So now I wonder if the snow is actually part of the problem. Okay. So we are climbing. I wonder if we're supposed to connect to the ones that are Or circled. I don't know if there's any strategy to this or if we're just like, just climb whatever way you choose. Nope, definitely not. Now it seems like there is a right way to do this. Question is, what is that right way? Now this is interesting, guys. Okay. Maybe I just didn't do it right. I need to climb up to the end of this one. Yeah, it doesn't even seem like it'll let me grab onto these, which is weird. Yeah, so it looks like some of them have the things that we can climb on, and it looks like some of them don't. So like this one most certainly does. There we go. That one does as well. That one does not. So we really are limited in terms of the ones that we can. So I'm going to climb up here and actually use this to shimmy to the other one. Then we're going to rappel our way to this one. All right. So it looks like we could go over there. We might actually have to. Ironically enough, we are running out of... We actually don't have any more. That's no bueno. There we go. Our little friend is the cutest little thing. It's crazy to think that it turns into like this giant, like whale-like creature. All right, here we go. Wow, I had a feeling this was gonna be harder than it looks. It wasn't just gonna be a straight climb. We were gonna have to work for it. Ironically enough, we've been working this entire series. Okay, maybe we can... We might have to. Oh, that was huge. However, it would appear that we are... Okay. I was gonna say we are running out of space. Or should I say rope. Oh wow. Okay. Dude, we're almost there. We are almost there. But it would appear that this is the end of our rope. You know what I may have... I think I messed up. I think we actually need to... We need to go to the other side. Yeah, we need to go to the other side. I was kind of confused before. I was like, there's no way, like, it doesn't make sense for us to use it in one of those rappels inside to go outside. I guess this makes a lot more sense. I wonder if there's like some sort of achievement for getting the all the glowing ones. Or the circled ones, I should say. Or maybe these might just actually be a guide for us to, you know, folks like myself that aren't the best at figuring out where to go next. It ensures that even me, even someone like me, cannot fail this. All right, there's one over there I want to grab too. We are running out of rope though. Honestly, I'm surprised we made that jump. If you don't have enough rope, find a way to retrieve some length to rewind it. Oh no, we are out of rope. Okay, well, you know what? To be honest, we didn't even need to go that way. We had more than enough. But the problem is, we need to get up there. And there's no way we're making that jump. I wonder if I just fall. All right, I feel like we could still make it. All right, well, we definitely ran out of rope, or we ran out of stamina. I kind of want to start this over. Hopefully that's okay with you guys. I just feel like... we... One, we need to regain our stamina. Okay. And two, I just feel like we were going the wrong way. And we attached ropes that we probably didn't like. We attached our rope at points like here that we probably didn't need to. And it ended up kind of resulting in the rope being stretched in areas that it didn't need to be. So I think this is actually going to be better. Yeah, see, most of these jumps we could probably make without, really without any additional pittons set up, you know? All right. I feel like this is a much better position to be in. All right, now we should be able to make it to the, or at least I hope so. That rope is getting pretty red. All right, this should be enough. Oh, thank goodness, guys. Holy moly. There we go. I think that's all of them. I'm pretty sure at least. Oh, dude, this is getting so dicey, but look at that view, though. I mean, holy moly. It's like you can only dream of being in places and environments like this in real life. You know, gaming kind of takes you there and allows you to experience things that you might never get to experience. You know, something like this, like I'm sure something like this exists. But like at the top of the of a mountain in the middle of who knows where, you know, I may never get to see that, but to be able to see it here, I feel like it's pretty special, you know? Are we trying to like revive that little guy? It looks like something is happening. Dude, there we go. So now I wonder if we were actually the only ones that could save this whole like race of, what is it? What do they call it? Ballasts? Oh, there he goes. That's sweet. We helped him. We made a friend along the way. Wow, so they're all leaving? I wonder where they're going. Wow, it's raining. Now I'm assuming we, kind of saved the day, or maybe that wasn't the point of it at all. I still think the point, at least that I take away from this game, is the idea of kind of setting your sights on something, even if it seems, insurmountable, and finding a way through, finding a way to the top. I feel like this game holds a lot of deeper meanings, and there it is. Holy moly, guys, we did it. We beat the game, our first game of 2025. I mean, listen, guys, I think that that's a special thing. And we finished this game a week into the new year. A week into the new year, we've already accomplished something. And I think that's worth celebrating. This was an incredible game. One that I kind of had started thinking about at the end of 2024. And, you know, when I was thinking about games that I could, you know, start the new year with, games that I felt like, you know, had some sort of meaning, something that, or again, just a game that I was really excited to play. You know, this was one of the first ones that came to my mind. I heard good things about it, but never really experienced it for myself. And, you know, when I thought of, you know, what game that I feel like could be a really good kind of illustration of what 2025 means and kind of how we all feel every new year, is that, you know, it's a climb. There's a lot that, you know, can happen, a lot that will happen this year, you know. And when I looked at the end of 2024 at all the stuff that had gone down and the stuff that had happened, it, you know, some of that stuff didn't even feel like it was within the same year. And I think, you know, even when you look at 12 months, you know, it's actually a really long time, many days, many weeks, you know, of stuff that can happen. And so, you know, when I look at this channel, you know, and like creating content and doing playthroughs and things, you know, there's a bit of a you know, mental hurdle that I feel like you have to kind of jump through with every video that you put out and upload, you know, and hope that, you know, someone's going to see it and, you know, someone will appreciate it, you know, appreciate the kind of, I guess, you know, interpretation that you bring to that and the commentary and, you know, hopefully maybe even a little friendship, you know, I don't know. These are games that I wouldn't want to experience by myself. And, you know, it's kind of why I started this channel. I wanted the opportunity to share those experiences with other people and people who may be experiencing them, you know, for, you know, the first time or want to see it through someone else's eyes, or people like myself who, you know, didn't really have anyone to share these experiences with. It's like, now we do, you know. I feel like every playthrough we go to is an opportunity for a shared collective experience. And, you know, when we finish a game, you know, I always feel like there's a little bit of bittersweet feelings with that, you know, excited for the future, excited for the next game that we'll play, but kind of sad that this experience that we've had together comes to an end. And so, you know, I thought this game was awesome. I really enjoyed the different biomes that we got to experience as we climbed this, you know, insurmountable fort of a mountain. And again, as we kind of predicted, we made our way to the top and it was beautiful. You know, it was filled with, there was a kind of a cathartic experience in it, you know, one that you feel like was a long road and it took a lot to get there. But once you did, it was worth it, you know, and that's what this channel means to me. And that's what, you know, every video I put out, I feel like is one more pit and one more foot up the mountain, you know. One day we'll all be looking back on videos just like this, you know, full of nostalgia of these experiences that we went on together in the early parts of this channel. And so, you know, if you guys are here in the early parts of the channel, I can't wait to see even where we are 12 months from now in December, you know, where we will be. I think will be really cool to see. And it'll be moments like this that we'll look back on and we'll be glad that we did the climb. You know what I mean? So again, thank you guys so much for sharing an incredible experiences with me. I've really enjoyed this game. You know, I think this is one that's going to sit with me for a while. The emotional connection that I felt, you know, that I feel to indie games like this, that, you know, there's no dialogue, there's no, you know, there's no fancy cutscenes. It's just a game and a story and characters that all feel that they're substantial, you know, and they feel like they matter. And you kind of input yourself into these characters in a way that, you know, that you sometimes often don't with the bigger AAA games. And I don't know. I love indie games, man. I really do. They're genuinely special in every way. And yeah, you know, I'm glad we got to share this experience together. I don't know what game we're gonna play next. We're still working on Alan Wake, so maybe we'll try to push through that. But obviously, I'm going to continue to throw some indie games in there. If there's an indie game you would like to see me play, one that you're incredibly passionate about. One with an incredible story, narrative, characters. Don't be afraid to hit that comment section. Let me know what game I should be looking out for, a game that you recommend. I'm always looking for you guys' suggestions. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, guys, drop a like on it. It's a great free way to help out the channel. Share this video even with a friend, someone else that you may know that enjoyed this game. I would love to share that experience with them as well. And subscribe if you're new here and you enjoy cozy commentary for your viewing pleasure. As for me, guys, that is all. That's all she wrote. The first game that we finished together in 2025, Jusant, an incredible experience. And so, yeah, who knows what experiences we'll have next. I don't know. Either way, I'm really excited about them. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you in the next series.